Afternoon. This video documentation is in regards to the brand new Exchange 164 chassis headlights. I just want to let you know that these are brand new, being the case that you do not see any QC markings yet, as we haven't signed them off yet. So this is actually a brand new light. This documentation is to run down the functionality test of it. So I got my coworker already connecting the parking lights. He's going to turn on the power supply. You can already see it turning on. So LED strip and also the T10 wedge parking light bulb. He's powering actually from the rear housing using a 12-volt power supply unit. So the parking lights for the driver left side is indeed working. Again, this is a brand new replacement side. So we're running through the rest of the functions. Give us a moment while my coworker plugs in the other functions. Got it. So that should be the signal lights activating from the main pin. Moving on, that's the low beam activating again from the main pin. So the low beam signal lights are working perfectly fine. As you can hear the shutter click on, that's actually the high beam, the bi-xenon shutter. The bi-xenon shutter high beam is working fine. So again, to recap, parking lights working both, signal lights working no problem, low beam working no problem, and then finally moving on to the high beam working also with no problem. You hear the shutter clicking on and off. So pretty much all the headlight functions work on this headlight side. This is actually the second time we're running through the bench testing. So for the QC marker, I'm actually going to go ahead and sign this brand new headlight side. Actually, we're exchanging the whole set, so this is brand new. So what you're going to be looking at for CK, today's date. That's the QC mark, a brand new side. Moving on. Oops. This is actually the passenger right side. Coworker's plugging in the parking lights connector. So you got the parking lights already working. You got the housing wedge bulb working. Also the LED strip. All nodes are indeed working flawlessly. Moving on to the functions. Alright. So you got he's bench testing the signal lights right now from the main pin. Signal lights working no problem. Moving on, there goes the low beam working with no issues. Lastly, you hear the click, the bi-xenon shutter actuating. So one more time. One more time with the shutter with the low beams. There we go. So there goes the low beam. One more time, actuating the shutter one more time. I think you got the contact with the signal. There you go, one more time. Perfect. The bi-xenon shutter working with no issues. Right now he actually has the contact point on the signal lights. That's why you saw the signal light working with in conjunction with the high beam. Right now the high beam, low beam, the signal lights, parking lights, both parking lights working flawlessly on this passenger right side headlight side. Again, this is the second time we're bench testing, but pretty much this documentation to serve the final QC procedures and us signing off on it. So again, look out for my signature. This is a brand new headlight side and set. So CK, today's date. There's your QC mark. So again, we've exchanged both headlight side for a brand new one. So we'll be actually arranging the shipment and packing it safely. All we're waiting is actually for your cancellation agreement. Once you agree to the cancellation agreement, we can use that as a reshipping fee to go ahead and reship your headlights out to you. Please advise. Thanks so much.